Hello. Angela Merkel is here in Sweden. She's meeting with Swedish PM Stefan, the Social Democratic chairman, right? And they did a press conference just a few minutes ago that I was watching. I'm not impressed with these people. I'm fascinated by them. I think they are possibly stupid. I know they have all this respect from media and so on. But I think they are stupid. And why? Because they keep repeating the same thing over and over again. They don't change their minds about anything. That's peculiar. They want this big motherfucking EU. That's the solution to everything in their minds. They want a God EU. They want to build a God, it seems. Something, a bureaucratic God that sees everything, decides everything, controls everything. And look at where this got us, right? Sweden is doing very poorly and has huge problems. And Germany, same thing. And look where it got themselves. Yeah, and that's why I think they are stupid. They are not evil and smart. They are stupid. Because Stefan Löfven, our PM, he will be gone in the next election. Yeah, this is September 2018. He'll be gone. And Angela Merkel has got huge problems. They have an election now in September this year, and she'll probably be gone too. Not very smart, is it? But they don't seem to be able to change views. Yes, and we also have a big noise here in Sweden and in Europe. I know about Trump's immigration ban. A lot of noise, a lot of objections, absolutely, and you don't hear anything good about it, ever. And I was curious about this. Why don't we hear something positive? Because there must be something positive here. I mean, a lot of people voted for Trump, enough to get him elected as president, and I think many of them they voted for him to do just this that he's doing now. So they must be pleased at least. Why don't we hear something from them? That'd be interesting. Yeah. And they complain about, well, it doesn't stop terrorism in the US. Well, I don't know about this. I think it does. Actually, it does. I know about Sweden, right? You know, Sweden's been accepting lots and lots and lots of people, right? And we do have terrorists here. They wouldn't be here unless we accepted them in, right? And we do have them. It's well documented. There are terrorists who are asleep, waiting for, command, orders. We do have them. And this terrorist attack in Paris, there was a Swedish guy involved. He was said to be sort of a brain, an organizer for this whole attack in Paris. He was from Sweden. Yeah, so we do have terrorists. And many of them we export. Yes, this is true. They grow up here, or they come here, and then they go abroad to perform their terrorism. We actually had one guy too who was he blew himself up in the central Stockholm. Nobody else was injured, so according to him, I'm sure he was a failure. But he was a terrorist. And do we want them? I don't think so. I don't think anybody wants them. Well, anybody with a sane mind. Yeah. And there's also other things that you stop. If you look at, well, terrorists, they are like the worst, right? But then you have other manifestations that is not very pleasant. I'm not saying that everybody from Somalia or Sudan will perform bad acts. I'm not saying this at all, and you know it. But, I mean, look at car torching, for instance. This is not a terrorist act, but it's a damn nuisance for the victim. Your car is burning, and you have all these problems you have to solve. And you have the gang rapes. I would consider that a terrorist attack, absolutely. But it's not, according to the law. But still, if you look at the victim and the family and so on, awful stuff, awful. Yeah. And the robberies, people walking out in the park getting robbed by a small group. This is not pleasant, alright? So do we want this? That's the question, I think. Do we want it? Do we want it to be part of our lives? Do we accept it? Can we learn how to live with it? That's the question. Or do we want to do something about it? Do we want to end it? And if we want to end it, we have to prepare to do what is necessary to stop it. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Bye.